What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Deadpool and Wolverine, aka Deadpool 3. So we are very close to the release of Deadpool 3. June the 24th, comes out July the 26th, just over a month. And we are hearing some wild rumors coming from the people behind the movie themselves. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool 3 was nearly scrapped because they couldn't think of what to do. Very interesting articles coming out about the process, the development, and so much more about the general vibe of Deadpool 3. And it sounds like it honestly could be a perfect movie. So if you are new around here, what the frickin' hell are you doing? Make sure to subscribe to never miss any Marvel DC Kaiju, Monsterverse, Pop Culture content that I try to cover personally by myself on a daily basis. Could subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and let me know. Are you frickin' hyped for this movie? And go on, let's say it, because I'm not going to make a video on it. What do you think of the new Superman suit? The fact I've not made a video on it already tells you what I think of it. Also, if you could become a channel member for less than 99p, less than $1, it really helps. Keeps the lights on at the Warstu channel. And also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face, man, and beautiful voice. And also, if you could check us out on Twitter, WarstuJ. All right, let's get into this. So, there's a very interesting article going around by a trade. Okay, I get it. You can't trust trades, but trades are more likely to be reliable than, you know, Twitter, etc. So, Vanity Fair's got an article coming out where it said that basically Deadpool 3 was nearly scrapped because it was shelved. Deadpool 3 was almost shelved. Ryan Reynolds says it was hard to find my place in the MCU, obviously, because we're going from a PG-13 MCU to a somewhat hard R, which it's fascinating when you read what it said. So it said, Levy, Reynolds, and a team of writers told for months trying to crack a new Deadpool story, but nothing was coming together as they hoped. Out of options, the pair prepared to let it go. Just let it go. Can't hold it back. Okay, wrong video. In the feature story, Ryan Reynolds said that trying to crack the story for the third Deadpool movie before Hugh Jackman was interested proved difficult. I felt like I spiritually owed one more, but was trying to figure out what that would be and how that would come about. Took a while, he said. There's a reason that it's been 6 years since the last one. And let's be honest, the Deadpool franchise is one of the most successful franchises ever. Both low-budget movies, Deadpool 1 and 2, both cracked $700 million, both made a substantial profit, so I get what he means, and both Deadpool movies are pretty damn good, to be fair. I had already been talking to Marvel here and there, pitching different ideas, a lot of different ideas. He continued, it was hard to find my place in the MCU, it was hard to understand or find my footing, even though I was credibly relevant of it. And so is Deadpool a big fan. Ultimately, that part of the story became. Levy echoed the idea of cracking a third Deadpool movie was challenging for all the writers involved and admitted he almost told Kevin Feige that now wasn't the right moment for Deadpool 3. We frankly struggled to find a story that felt original and non-derivative of the other two Deadpool movies, Levy said. It had to be deserving of the first Deadpool entry into the MCU, but also felt grounded because this is an earth-bound, gritty, realistic superhero franchise. We had fits and starts, and Ryan and I were at the edge of saying to Kevin, you know what, maybe now is not the right moment because we're not coming up with a story, and that is the moment when Ryan's phone rang, and it was Stu calling from his car. Pretty cool moment. So it went on to say, it's interesting though, not surprising, given how long the three took to get it made. To hear that even the director and the star couldn't really find a story that inspired them further, fortune struck because that day Hugh Jackman called Ryan Reynolds to say he'd be willing to star in the movie if it wasn't too late. Ryan and Levy met with Marvel's Kevin Feige to discuss the film's status. One of their imminent concerns was not messing with the legacy of Logan, which is the greatest superhero movie ever. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone felt, including Hugh Jackman, the ending was perfect. Initially, we had a very loose idea of how we would bring Wolverine back in ways that didn't necessarily interact or interfere with Logan and the legacy, Ryan explained. I know Kevin, like Sean and I and Hugh, were all very concerned about that. Yeah, there ain't no coming back from that. We really need to protect that and still allow us to tell the most full-throttled Wolverine story we could ever imagine, which for us was just a huge nerve-wracking privilege. And it's not the Wolverine from Logan, like a lot of people seem to think. They should have explained that. Well, they will explain that because it's not the Logan one. He's dead. So that's pretty darn interesting that Deadpool 3 was nearly axed, because they literally had no story until Wolverine came along. Was like, yeah, I kind of wanna be in the movie now. And it's not very often that Hollywood's quite transparent with how honest and open they are. So I honestly think with comments like this, the fact that we heard previously in other interviews that Ryan had pitched 30 different stories to Marvel and none of them really went anywhere, it does make sense why it took 6 years. But also that's a little bit misleading, we've got to be honest, because Disney bought Fox just before Avengers Endgame came out. So obviously Disney buying Fox most likely had something to do with why and how it took so long to get the third Deadpool movie off the ground. It's interesting how they call it a third movie, because the director keeps telling you it's not the third movie. It's like a random independent movie. And then we hear talks about Deadpool 4 potentially having Spider-Man being involved with, which again, that's something they have to talk to with Sony, because just because Tom Holland's Spider-Man gets to be used in the MCU, you really think Sony's going to let them do a team-up movie? Sure, they will, but Sony's going to have to be heavily involved in that massively. So let's continue with today's video. So also in this Vanity Fair article, it goes on about us seeing a very different side of Wolverine from a dialogue, emotion, and a humor point of view. The Hugh Jackman actually said this in the Vanity Fair. I instinctively knew that Deadpool was going to allow us to get a different side of the Wolverine character, who's always really been a full-on savage. None I've ever played before. In every way, from the emotion, humor, dialogue, action, everything felt new and fresh to me, which is insane because I don't know if people know this, but Wolverine's my favorite character ever. So we're going to get a completely different variant of Wolverine while still keeping the absolute freaking savage, then I'm down. And I'd be sharing it with Ryan and Sean, who are two of my best friends. I don't know why they keep mentioning the best friends line, which is cool, I guess. The three of us together are like the three amigos. There was not a day where I wasn't in tears of laughter. I felt so rejuvenated playing the part. I mean, I'm 25 years in, man, and it feels better than ever, Levy said. It's why those ping pong photos are our personal favorites for the three of us. Those photos are treasures. They captured the spirit of the shoot. It was a very hard work, but it was very fun every day. So they basically made a movie with three best friends. We're getting a different variant of Wolverine, which is going to be a deeper, darker, funnier, with more kind of humor, and it's R-rated. I just think this movie sounds perfect. The fact they nearly axed it, and it only really was saved because Hugh Jackman said, yeah, I'm down, but you know, this could be lies, this could be marketing, this could all be a ploy to make you think it's something. It's not. But I don't know. You know me, I play devil's advocate. I can't read something and take it at face value, but I'm pretty sure this is actually truthful, because if they were going to do this years ago, they could have done it as soon as they bought the rights, really. But I honestly believe that Hugh Jackman didn't want to sign on unless Ryan was in place. So that's the case of if we are going to get Deadpool and Wolverine going forward. I honestly think that's only going to be the case if Deadpool and Wolverine continually coerce with each other throughout Avengers 5. And Avengers 6. And this just makes the movie even more perfect before we've even seen it. Sure, on this channel, we'd like to talk about leaks and plots and all this kind of stuff. But it is cool that Wolverine and Deadpool will be on the big screen. They are basically somewhat very good friends in real life. Whether they're best friends or not, I don't know. I just feel like people in Hollywood throw the term best friends around so loosely that I don't know if it's true. But, I mean, even in this article, now you can see them playing, like, ping pong together. It's a pretty cool article. Like, most of it's pretty much unimportant for this video, but I just wanted to go over a few bits here and there because I think it's a very interesting article about how the movie actually came about, because it sounded like we weren't actually ever going to get this movie, and these details are pretty insane. Yeah, I know I like to use the word insane reveals in my thumbnails and stuff, but it is pretty insane that had he not called him up, it wouldn't have worked, because Sean Levy, Ryan, the writers team, had literally no ideas until Wolverine was like, yo, I'm down. So sounds like it's going to be a freaking awesome movie. And don't worry, guys, there will be another plot leak video coming out for this movie that's absolutely nowhere. I just don't want to put it out at the moment. And yes, I have read the comments. I get you. I feel you. I've got your back. I've got you. Don't worry. We do better going forward. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu. Check us out on Twitter, Warstu. I'll catch you. Love you guys very soon. Catch you later.